Hi, everybody. Daniel Schwartzberg here from the HDBaseT Alliance with another of our HDBaseT extended series. You can't talk about IBC without talking about broadcasting, without talking about live production. And let's face it, you cannot talk about those without talking about data video. And I'm delighted to welcome here with us today Craig Moffat, who is the General Manager of Datavideo USA. Craig, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thanks for having me, Daniel.
It's really good to talk to you, as always. Before we talk just about IBC that's coming up, I want to maybe point the spotlight a little bit to the past few years. You guys have been super, super busy. I know that during the pandemic, you really were able to put your flag in the sand, shall we say, with your single operator mobile production products. In particular, you introduced the HS 1600T Mark II. So maybe give us a little bit of information on that.
Okay, well, I mean, it all started with, during the COVID period where we had churches or house of worship, and there's even some people that had to be in a certain area, like a lot of necessary companies or government agencies, for example, that needed to get their message out, but they were not able to have a team there to do the production. And they're also integrators couldn't send out a team either. They only allowed one person in the space, and they had to install something that was quick and easy. And so a lot of our customers found us and found HS 1600T to be the perfect solution. And the reason is because it's really the only video production switcher in the market that's HDBaseT.
Wow.
And so it's really cool because all I have to do is plug in a cable to the back of the switcher and plug it into a camera or something like this, a pan-tilt zoom camera, this is a data video camera. And you just plug it right in the back here and mount this on the wall. And I'll pick up 3 of these cameras. And now I have a built-in camera controller that's inside the switcher with the joystick and everything. And now I can really have pan, tilt, zoom with my 1600T. Also has built-in streaming and recording. So it really is a single operator production where I'm sitting at a space where I can control 3 cameras in the room, start my stream, start my record, and no one else there has to be inside the room. The pastor or the person giving a presentation or anything that's in front of the camera can work without anyone else in the room. That was very advantageous during COVID.
Definitely, definitely. So thanks for giving us a little look at what has been in the past few years. Now let's take a look forward. As I say, middle of September, we have IBC in Amsterdam. You guys, of course, are going to be there. Tell me a little bit about the Showcast 100 because that's new, right?
Yeah, the Showcast 100 is okay. The HS 1600T is HD, and the Showcast 100 is a similar type product. It has a built-in camera controller, but it's 4K. So we have cameras like this. We have the version of this, it's 4K. Mm-hmm. That's got HDBaseT built in. Now I can plug it in here just like I could with the other solution. And then you can connect, we have different receiver boxes that can connect to the Showcast 100 through HDMI. And in this case, I'm going to show you, this is called the HBT50. This is a 4-channel HDBaseT receiver box. So basically what it has, you plug in one HDBaseT here, and then you can come out HDMI and SDI, and then you've done 4 times. Why do you want to have HDMI and SDI? If you don't use Showcast, and you have a Blackmagic switcher that's only SDI, then you can use SDI for HDBaseT. I mean, who else is doing that? This is very, very all-in-one, powers 4 cameras. Wow. And allows to have HDMI out in case I want to ISO record all the cameras as well. So ISO record, go to a switcher, and then I add this, plug this into the unit as well. This is my camera controller. So my camera controller, then I can select which camera I want and then move my cameras around through this box right here. So everything's handled through a single cable to each camera. That's the beauty of HDBaseT, as I keep saying. I mean,
I'm from the Alliance, and I'm a true believer as well, of course. But it's so lovely to hear, people in the field like yourselves, people who are really interfacing with installers and integrators. singing the praises about that single cable for doing so much. And I did like the look of your controller. It looks very, very intuitive. And I'm guessing that probably in places like, places of worship, maybe it's a volunteer who's there doing the live production, right? You maybe don't have a team of professionals. So keeping it simple and intuitive is probably key to the successful use of the system, right?
Oh, you're absolutely right. Yeah. So many volunteers, or they get traded out and they don't have 5 or 10 minutes to learn how to do something. And there's nothing easier than this. Now we're adding one more thing to the Showcast 100. So our cameras are 4K. Also, it looks like this. We also make these camera lines in auto tracking and built into it.
Oh, wow.
So now add one more flavor to this. This can be connected through HDBaseT auto tracking. And now on the Showcast 100, I can turn on and off the tracking from the Showcast. So if someone starts moving around on stage and I don't have another camera operator nearby that kind of follow that around, I can just turn on the tracking camera and it'll start following them. Maybe I have another tracking camera on a different angle that would follow them. And maybe that third camera I control that maybe I want to get a shot of the audience, or maybe if someone else is on stage, I can use that. I still have control. So I don't have to worry about those other two shots because they're framed up the way I want and they're following the talent on stage during the whole presentation.
Wow.
And all I have to do is switch to the different things with a touchscreen panel. I mean, really, a volunteer can do that.
Your PTZ cameras. You got a bunch of them also with HDBaseT, right?
Yeah, all our line, our HD line, our 4K line, and right now we have all our 4K cameras also have the ability to do auto tracking. So auto tracking and HDBaseT and 4K in one camera. So, and it looks like the one I just showed you. So, and it's got built-in tally. All that's done through HDBaseT. Of course, the camera control and the video signal. So basically, and if you want to get into the menu of the camera, you just with this camera controller here, it's all through HDBaseT. So again, it's a single cable to the camera up to 100 meters, 4K 60. So it's just a very slick way to do a video production or integrate a solution in a space for conferencing or house of worship. I think this is kind of where we're focused in on the market right now. And there's not a lot at IBC for sure. There's not a lot of people that talk about HDBaseT, and it's a shame because it's they may talk about NDI and other things that require networks, and they're fine. That's fine, but in some cases it's actually needed. And I'm not going to say there's not a space for that.
Well, Craig, you've clearly got some great data video cameras, but what about somebody who's already got a camera that isn't one of yours that they want to keep using? How can you help?
That happens a lot. So we have a pan tilt head, and I have it here, right here. Let me pull this up here. And this is called the PTR10. This is the back of it, and it's the front of it. It's got tally on it as well. So basically you can put your camcorder or your any type of camera really on here. And this is an HDBaseT pan tilt head. So what's cool about that is, I told you already about how to plug it into our HBT50. This goes right in here. It plugs in through HDBaseT, powers up this device so it can pan tilt zoom my camera. And it basically powers the camera. It has a little D-tap on here that I connect to the camera, and it has a voltage regulator. So now any camera will work on here, and I power it through HDBaseT and power it with the right voltage for that camera. It could be a Sony, Panasonic, Canon, JVC. We've tested all of the different various models, and if it has the ability to have a link connection on it, which 90% of all these cameras do, connects it right into our pan tilt head, and now I can do the zoom. So I can zoom in and out, pan tilt. It basically turns any camcorder into a pan tilt zoom through HDBaseT. So a single cable powers it all. So if you can imagine 100 meters, set these up in a room, and I'm using my own cameras. I don't have to use, one of our data video cameras.
Well, you've got a fantastic line of products there that you're going to be showing off at IBC. Before the show, if people want to get more information on your products, where should they go to?
Our website is datavideo.com. So it's pretty simple. And I think if you're in Europe or if you're in the US or other parts of the world, you will get your flavor of that website based on of course, your IP address.
Perfect. So listen, I wish you a really great and successful show. I'm sure these products are really going to make their mark on the visitors to your booth. And do let us know how it went. So really good luck. Have a great time in Amsterdam.
Thank you, Daniel. Appreciate it.
So thanks for joining us. And everybody, keep watching for more installments of our HDBaseT extended series. Until the next time, bye-bye.